Majesty, you gotta watch this, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and join the family. I'll be back for my commentary.
Whoever controls Africa controls the world, because Africa has the largest deposits of non-renewable resources. Gas, oil, gold, silver, manganese, and coltan. Minerals that necessary to create an atomic bomb. And half of them are in Africa. There is no nuclear age without Africa. There is no solar age without Africa. There is no technological age without Africa. And China knows that. That's the reason why China wants to possess Africa. Because China is overpopulated, and I've been there once. You think Rush are in New York or Rush are in DC is something? Go sit in China. It's overpopulated. China is #1 producer of cheap things. Clothes, materials, fabric, utensils, you name it. China is the Walmart of the planet. America will never be able to sabotage China because America is king of capitalism and China, on the other hand, is king of communalism. This is the reason why President of the Philippines took China as an ally for long-term goals. Who's gonna treat your country best? The Americans, the Russians, or the Chinese? None of them are gonna treat you well because they are all colonizers. Africa has no friends. They don't need one. And it is the same scenario of Palestine. They have a lot of resources, more than the country itself combined. And that's why there is a genocide.
Now, the reason China is so thirsty for Africa is because whoever controls Africa controls the world. Because most of the minerals necessary for a technologically sophisticated society and for a militaristically dominant society, those minerals come from Africa. Yeah. So if you want to be the biggest economy, you got to control the resources of the continent. If you want to be the strongest military, you got to control the resources of the continent.
Don't you sometimes ever wonder the number of summits that these big leaders or economies across the world want to hold? And I'm gonna tell you, like, China is very subtle with how China wants to move into Africa. Really, like, there's relationships here, China here signing that and these, and China aiding there in Africa, aiding this, so that you don't bite the hand that feeds you. At the end of the day, Africa would not have a say once China wants to do its own thing, either pass some sort of policy just because maybe China gave you this certain loan or gave you this certain aid. So they are very subtle with everything that they are doing. Sometimes we don't even realize it. Africa really needs to wake up. And there's a low-key tug of war that's being played across the world on Africa. Like, literally, these big economies are creating relationships so as to come and have that piece of the cake once either of whichever big economy manages to grab where the control is based. You get my point? So Africa really needs to open their eyes, and African leaders really are the ones that are in the forefront of all these things, and I hope that they're going to represent Africa well. And I hope that they're going to try, because look what is happening in Ghana now. United States is also angered because the Ghanaians have refused this LGBTQ situation going on. And that's really just to throw a little bit in there, because it's happening around the world. Like, you reject this kind of thing, we are not going to help you, because they know that if African economies are mostly they're behind. Like, that's why you find third world countries, whatever criteria that they use for these things exist. So they're trying to say, oh, we're going to do this for you if you do this. You get my point? So they don't want to see Africa stand for its own, and it's really pretty much scary for African people, and we don't want to experience what we experienced back then again. We have gotten our land, and we need to rule our land. Otherwise, let me know what you'll think in the comments section. Do subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed, and become family, because I do have more for you on this channel. See you in the next video.